Hey guys, it's Rob here and welcome back to another video. In this video we do have some more information on the Nintendo Switch 2 that Nintendo has shared. There is also some information on new games for the Nintendo Switch 2, a couple rumors, and possibly Tony Hawk's Underground coming to different platforms, which probably includes the Nintendo Switch 2, I would assume. Overall, pretty good mixed bag of stuff, so let's get into it. If you guys end up enjoying this video, make sure you guys leave a like. It really helps push the video to new viewers and of course to other subscribers as well, and of course subscribe if you enjoyed the video. So when it comes to the Nintendo Switch 2, I think a lot has already been revealed. We have the mouse function. During that Nintendo Direct, they also revealed a bunch of games. There's also the thing about the game sharing that's also been revealed, and overall it seems to be a pretty solid system and a pretty big upgrade compared to the Nintendo Switch 1. And this new feature is just another thing that we now know about the Nintendo Switch 2 that has been recently revealed. So over on Nintendo Wire, they have an article named Switch 2 will feature a battery charge limit feature to potentially reduce battery deterioration. This is what they said. As part of today's news update on the Nintendo Today app, the company revealed that the Nintendo Switch 2 will feature a battery charging option similar to what Apple does for its iPhone devices. In the console system settings, players will find the ability to stop charging around 90%. That will do exactly as it says. Stop charging the battery once it reaches 90% capacity. While you would think this is a silly thing to do, this feature should extend the life of the console's battery beyond the expected range of charging to 100% constantly, as the new update reads as this. The Nintendo Switch 2 system stops charging when it reaches 90% remaining battery. Pausing the charge at around 90% reduces deterioration to the battery. If stop charging around 90% is turned on, the charging speed will slow down around 90%. Now I think this is actually a really great thing to have on the console. I mean, imagine if your battery ended up dying and you had to either replace it and then you had to send it to Nintendo and just a whole bunch of other headaches that go along with that. If you can keep your battery at a healthy state, it just makes your Nintendo Switch 2 last longer, especially considering that it costs more now. I mean, who knows how much replacing a battery on the Switch 2 will end up costing, you know? And moving on to the next topic, we do have some Nintendo Switch 2 game news for the Nintendo Switch 2 version of Hogwarts Legacy, a game that I personally think was really fun. I have it on PlayStation 5, and eventually I do want to check it out on the Nintendo Switch. So if you're wondering about the price for the Nintendo Switch 2, we do have some more information on what they're going to be going and what route they're going to be taking when it comes to the upgrade for Hogwarts Legacy on the Nintendo Switch 2. So over on My Nintendo News, they say Hogwarts Legacy Nintendo Switch 2 upgrade will cost you $10. And this is what My Nintendo News has to say. Warner Bros. Games has announced that if you own the original Hogwarts Legacy on the Nintendo Switch console, you can upgrade your purchase to the superior Nintendo Switch 2 version for $10. This is a similar upgrade path to how Sony delivers upgrades to its first-party games on PlayStation 5. Hogwarts Legacy for the current Nintendo Switch is currently on sale for $17.99 on the Nintendo eShop. So if you guys do want the better version of Hogwarts Legacy and you do plan on buying it soon, or you were planning on buying it, this is probably a pretty good chance to get that Nintendo Switch 2 version without having to buy Hogwarts Legacy at full price or when it's not on sale, because it is currently on sale for $17.99. So you can grab the Nintendo Switch 2 version for an extra $10 on top, and it'll be about $28. Of course, taxes involved, so about $30. From what I've played from the game, I feel like $30 is actually a pretty good price for Hogwarts Legacy. It is a bit older now, though, so if you're not willing to pay that $30, maybe wait I don't know, 6 months or something, or maybe there will be another sale going on that will make it even lower. You know, sometimes during the holiday seasons or some kind of holiday that comes up, usually they do have sales. Like during June in the big showcase, they might reveal like Hogwarts Legacy 2, and they might say, hey, guess what? This is gonna be on sale for even cheaper. So it might be worth just waiting a little bit longer, or you can just pick it up now if you just don't really care. And moving on, I thought I'd show you guys this thing from Krispy Kreme Donuts. It's a PacMan themed donuts. I just thought it was really cool just to show you guys. It's on your screen right now. I think this is pretty cool. I wish I had one near me. I don't, unfortunately, so I can't even check these out, but I would 100% go there and buy one of these because these look actually pretty cool. I actually like the box they come in too. Looks pretty cool. Just thought I'd show you guys that. And moving on to the next topic about the Nintendo Switch online service. So some pretty cool things are happening that might actually get us Mario Paint on the Nintendo Switch online service. So when it comes to the Nintendo Switch 2 mouse, there is something that I've always thought would be a really good idea, and that's of course Mario Paint. I don't know if anyone remembers Mario Paint back on the Super Nintendo, but I do. I had the mouse, I had the Super Nintendo, I had the game. It was fantastic. As someone who likes to draw and stuff, I always loved that game, and I was really hoping, especially when we found out that there's going to be a mouse on the Nintendo Switch 2, that they would add that to the Nintendo Nintendo Switch 2, and that might be happening. So Kiri Pink Fairy over on Twitter had this to say. Nintendo has been updating the SNES NSO app since last September, most likely preparing the app to be compatible with Joy-Con mouse mode. The rumor is that Nintendo will add mouse-related games to the SNES. Now, this is from Luigi Blood, and that's the screenshot that he has. This is what he said on that as well. This is the exact quote from it. Something is going on with Retro NSO, I figured this should be part of the post because I think it's an interesting thing to talk about. As the last few updates, I started to notice some of the changes to the NES and SNES emulators specifically, particularly related to emulation of accessories. So that is pretty interesting. What other games on NES and SNES use the mouse? I only know of Mario Paint. If anyone knows any other games, tell me in the comment section below. I don't know any other ones. Well, I guess, I mean Duck Hunt maybe, but that's more like you would use the Joy-Con for that if you did that, right? I would assume so. I guess you could use the mouse too, but I mean, other than that, I don't know what else you would use, right? Oh wait, isn't there like some point-and-click adventure games on Super Nintendo and the NES? I think there is. I don't know, I just found that pretty interesting, and I've always wanted Mario Paint on there, so I would be really excited if they added that with the mouse function. And moving on, we do have a rumor for GTA 4. It seems that a port for Grand Theft Auto 4 is going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch 1 according to this rumor. So this is what Kiri Pink Fairy over on Twitter has to say. Rumor, GTA 4 is coming to Nintendo Switch 1. After GTA 4, Max Payne 1 and 2 remakes and a re-release of 3 are meant to be coming out. Unclear if Max Payne will also hit the Nintendo Switch family of systems. Someone at R hinted at the 4 port, and by now it should have gone up a year in development. We may end up seeing it drop later this year, and it's one of the reasons, in addition to existing reasons, that the LCCP mod was taken down. Or correction, LCPP mod, I should say. If they still follow their plan laid out from the pandemic days, they'll do an MP3, and I'm assuming that's Max Payne 3, by the way. They'll do a Max Payne 3 port after 4, so that is an opportunity to do a bundle or a definitive edition, Max Payne 1 plus or 1 and 2 remakes and Max Payne 3 port. So pretty good stuff. I've heard the Max Payne games are really, really good. I've actually never played them, at least I don't think so. If I did play them, it was a long time ago and I just don't remember it. Personally, I don't remember playing them, so it would be really cool to try them out. As far as GTA 4 goes, I've actually never played GTA 4 either. I was never really a big fan of the GTA games, surprisingly. I don't know, I just could never get into them. I was more of a fan of the top-down view GTA games. More specifically, Grand Theft Auto 2, that was the one that I really liked. I don't know, there was just something about the top-down view that I really liked. And then when they transferred over to the 3D games, I never really caught on. I mean, even games like Saints Row, I've never really been attached to those either, which is really weird because I do like open world games, but those kind of games I just never really got into. The only thing that's closest to that, I would say, is probably Watch Dogs, the original Watch Dogs. I had some fun with that, and then of course Watch Dogs 2. 3 I played a little bit too, but I couldn't really get into that either. Funny enough. Who knows, maybe the next GTA will change my mind when I give it a try. And moving on to the last topic, apparently we might be getting Tony Hawk's Underground. So apparently in an interview with Tony Hawk himself, he said, "I've always had aspirations. It's not up to me generally, I'll campaign all I can, but I'm working with a much bigger company that's a lot smarter than me." So he's basically campaigning for these games to hit the Nintendo Switch 2 and, or not the, well, just not just the Nintendo Switch 2, obviously PS5 and Xbox Series S and PC, but generally he's trying to get those on newer platforms. And I'm all for it. We know that Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 plus 4 is going to be hitting the Nintendo Switch 2 as well. That was revealed during the Nintendo Direct, if I remember correctly, which really wasn't a surprise, I think. I think that's a game that fits very well on these handheld systems and on the consoles too, of course. So I'm pretty excited for that. I'm definitely excited for the ones on the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm really curious on how they run, how stable the frame rate is, and overall just, you know, playing Tony Hawk, because that was a big part of my childhood. I actually used to skateboard when I was a kid. And Tony Hawk was a big influence on that as well. So I'm pretty excited for that game. But overall, let me know what you guys think about these topics down in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.